What's going on, guys? Welcome to Rants Red Talk, where we discuss all the topics you send through to me on Twitter. And yeah, we got some good questions here. Also, big up for all the feedback from my last show that I done yesterday, Total Football. Told you I'm going to be doing more content for you, so it won't just be United content. Obviously, you know that I just love talking about football. And yeah, man, it's good to get your questions in. So if you haven't seen yesterday's show, then make sure you go check that out after this. But yeah, let's get into our Rants Red Talk. First one, at 11 Kyle. It says, with PP staying at United, in brackets, which I'm glad to see as he's our best player, do you think Ollie's asked him for one more season, then he will leave, i.e. the Ronaldo deal? I'm not really sure, bro, to be honest. I think it's more of a case of Pogba would have been allowed to leave if a team came in with like the right amount of money. I genuinely believe that. Like Real Madrid were flirting with the Pogba thing, but Real Madrid would have done that with De Gea as well. It's like these men keep trying to get people on the cheap. They don't want to pay the big money, bro. Real Madrid, yeah, like Real Madrid didn't make Pogba their priority signing, and that's all it boils down to. Like there's rumors that they're gonna spend 70 million now on Bruno Fernandes, and it just looked like that they wanted Pogba to force a move. Obviously, Pogba wasn't trying to do that, and Ed Woodward's looked at it as, you know what, we don't have to sell Pogba. You know what I'm saying? Like he's still got a couple of years left on his contract, so we don't need to sell him. We're in a strong position, so I wouldn't be surprised if they told Pogba, you know what, you'll be allowed to leave if the right offer comes along, and then if it doesn't, then yeah, if it doesn't come along, then you're here, unfortunately. So I think that Pogba will probably leave in the summer, given the right team comes in for the right money, or else we'll find more of the same, bruv. But what I don't foresee happening is United selling him on the cheap, because I think Woodward's made it clear that that's simply not going to happen. So we'll just have to see, but I don't think there's an agreement in place. I don't. Next one, at DJ underscore Andy. With how our new guys have hit the ground running and the type of player Ollie wants, would he be better as director of football? And considering he's clearing the dead wood trying to play better football, do you think the stick is a bit over the top? And does it seem worse because of our rivals setting pace? The director of football question, I think that's a good question. And I think that really for all parties, if he was moved to like the director of football, yeah, and then like a more tactical coach like Poch came in, a better coach, I think that would be a good situation in the terms that you don't have to sack Ollie, because clearly like the results ain't good enough, bruv. When you look at his results from last season, it's not very nice reading. It looks horrible. You know what I mean? And a lot of these games that we have lost, I have to say that they're his fault. Like tactically, he hasn't done the right things, and I think that we're seeing his limitations as a coach right now, because it's basic things that Ollie's not getting right at the moment. So I think that he has the right idea in terms of how he sees the team playing. I don't know if it's the right way or the best way. Like not only given the players that we have, but just in general with the way the modern game's changed. Like a lot of the best teams in football now have a lot of possession. It's only really like Atletico Madrid that I've seen really have any form of success playing without the ball. Like it very rarely happens. So the fact that Ollie just doesn't have teams that keep the ball well and stuff like that, it's a concern for me. It is a concern for me. I can't even lie. So I don't think the stick's over the top that Ollie's getting. I think that he's probably not getting as much stick as he should be getting, because when I saw something like 3 wins in 17 or something like that, I think we haven't won a game away from home since the PSG game, bruv. Like I read something like that. Like his form's sackable. So I think that people aren't being as harsh on him as they could be or should be. So I don't think it's over the top at all. I think that it's the level of stick that he's getting is deserved. Do you know what I'm saying? And I'm someone that wants to see him do well, but I'm not gonna blindly defend him because he's a club legend. I don't think he's doing a very good job as manager at the moment. I think getting rid of players and all them things, yes, the right players have been moved on, but in terms of what he's doing in game with the team, it's not inspiring. Let me know what you think in the comments, guys. At Ruza8, Do you think it's time to drop De Gea for Sergio, or are we persistently playing him even though he's out of form, so he signs? Honestly, De Gea signed the contract already, bruv. They just haven't announced it. If you go on Football Marked or one of them things, you can see that De Gea's contract don't expire till 2020 something. He's already signed it. That's why he was wearing the armband as well. I believe that he signed the thing and they just haven't announced it. They're probably waiting for a shaky patch so that the club can announce it to kind of lift the mood again, bruv. You know what the club are like. They're always trying to manipulate us. But from what I've seen, De Gea's already signed that contract, guys. So yeah, that's Ed Woodward and his fuckeries again. So yeah, like double check that, because somebody sent that to me in a group chat. De Gea's contract, saying it's already signed. I didn't check myself, but I'm pretty sure it looked lig. So I think that he's already signed that. And seeing that he came out as captain at the start of the season, that reinforced my belief that the contract's already signed. Let me know what you think on that. Would you drop De Gea? It's the Green Devil again. Is it time to bring Matic back into the fold? McTominay looks a bit lost. I feel Matic is the best to allow Pogba to go forward. And also he has Maguire behind him this year, not Smalling. I think that Matic needs to come in because he's fit, and Pogba needs to be played further forward. That's it. Like, you know how this ideal situation, I'd have Fred and McTominay back there, but Fred hasn't got the match practice and he didn't get many minutes in pre-season. So only because of that, yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing Matic in there. But one thing I do know is Jesse, as the most advanced midfielder, is not the way forward. It has to be Pogba. It has to be. So Ole needs to find a way to make that happen. As far as not having Smalling behind him, I don't think having Smalling behind him was a problem. I just think that Matic is too slow. He's just too slow on the ball. That's why my ideal replacement for Jesse would be Fred back there and Pogba further forward. Again, guys, let me know if you think it's time that Matic gets his spot back in the team. Honestly, like, every time he comes on, he goes sideways, backwards, and slows the game down. I honestly don't want anything to do with that geezer, man. Like, I don't want him anywhere near the starting 11 if I can help it. Bringing him on to close out games in the last 10-15 minutes, fair enough. But honestly, I can't stand Matic, bro. I don't see what he adds to us. Another one, it says Owinski. I can't see your at because your name's too long. Are we weaker than last season, or have we improved? I think that it's fairly obvious that we're weaker because we have less depth. We have a smaller squad. We're definitely weaker. There's no two ways about it. Because Lukaku, as much as I didn't like him, like, with getting rid of Lukaku, you've already lost 10 to 15 goals there. We haven't replaced those 10 to 15 goals unless he's going to give Mason enough minutes to get those goals. I don't think Martial or Rashford are going to score 15 more goals. And then Alexis Sanchez, yes, his stats aren't that great, but he's still a better striker than Marcus Rashford. He is. Like, he is. Like, even though his form doesn't suggest that, he's a better player than Rashford. You've only got to see what Sanchez does for his national team. There's no way that getting rid of Sanchez and Lukaku and not replacing them makes us a stronger team than we were last season. Impossible. It's simply, yeah, there's no chance. So we're definitely weaker. But the squad is smaller. It's a close-knit squad. And all the deadwood that's getting thrown out and the way the wage bill's getting carved down, it does leave a nice opening for new players to come in the future. So in the long term, it's going to be good for us. But at present, it's definitely detrimental to the quality and depth that the team had. So far, we're definitely weaker. Let me know what you think in the comments, guys. Do you think we're stronger for getting rid of the deadwood? Or do you agree with me in the sense that we're definitely worse off? All right. S_Akiyama 4646. How would you compare Wan-Bissaka to Gary Neville? I said that I think Aaron Wan-Bissaka has a high ceiling, but then I upset a lot of people that seem to think Neville is on the level of Cafu or Maldini. I wouldn't compare them because they're nothing alike. Honestly, I think Wan-Bissaka's a different animal. Like, he's just an athlete. He's a pure athlete. I've said it before. Gary Neville's a legend, but the era of football that which he played in, like, when I'm thinking about the players that Wan-Bissaka has to defend against compared to the players that Gary Neville had to defend against in that Premier League era, I think football's different. Like, there's more athletic players now. Like, Wan-Bissaka's having to deal with, will have to deal with wingers like Wilfred Zaha. Do you know what I mean? Tricky, quick wingers like Nicolas Pepe and all of that. Like, growing up in the Premier League, I can't remember too many wingers like that. Do you know what I mean? Outside of Ryan Giggs, who was quick and tricky, Robert Pires was skillful. He wasn't particularly quick, but he was quick enough. But like now, every team's just got really quick wingers, athletic, fast guys, and Gary Neville never had pace. Do you know what I'm saying? In the modern game, I don't know if Gary Neville makes it through the academy system as a fullback. You just have to look at the fullbacks like the Walkers and all of these guys. These guys have all got pace, innit? Gary Neville is a very clever fullback, and it's just, that's why it's hard. Like, within eras, it's hard to compare players because the demands of the game have changed, innit? It's just like Jamie Carragher. There's no way he's making it as a centre half in modern Premier League. That no way, bruv. Like, he's not that tall. He's slow, and he's not particularly good with his feet either. There's no way Jamie Carragher's getting through the academy system to play in the Premier League now. Like, it's not happening, bruv. Like, so I just think that to compare them, Wan-Bissaka's quicker. He wins more tackles. Gary Neville was definitely better at crossing with both feet. But in terms of on all-around athlete and winning tackles and stuff like that, Wan-Bissaka's a completely different animal to Gary Neville, bruv. I think you just got to yeah, and even dribbling, like Wan-Bissaka will like isolate his fullback, like try go past him with skill, and like Gary Neville never used to do that. Gary Neville used to just cut it back onto his left foot, whip it in, or get the ball out of his feet and whip it in. Completely different type of players. Gary Neville was your Mr. Consistent, 7 out of 10 every game, steady Eddie. Do you know what I mean? Kind of right back. And Wan-Bissaka's a more athletic, all action, up and down, like dynamic right back. They're not similar. Like, they're not similar at all. So I've said it before, like I've sat down with some of the OGs at Old Trafford where I sit, yeah, and these guys are in their 60s, 70s, and they said that Wan-Bissaka is the best right back that they've seen. And they said, the guy's exact words were, I know Gary Neville's a legend, but Wan-Bissaka is the best right back I've seen at Manchester United. But it's only one season. Do you know what I mean? If Wan-Bissaka can put in the longevity that Gary Neville's put in, if Wan-Bissaka's producing this level of performance for the next 5-6 years, I think that there's no dispute that he's the better right back. But we're in danger of putting too much pressure on him too soon, because you never know in football, bruv. He looks amazing at the moment, but one injury can change it all in football, man. Do you know what I mean? You're one injury away from being Jack Wilshere, bruv. So at the moment, obviously, touch wood and that he has a very good career for us. I think that his ceiling is much higher than Gary Neville's, but to say he's better than Gary Neville already, people will get upset, even though I'd come out and say that he's better than Gary Neville. But people want to see time. So let's give him time. Let me know what you think in the comment section, guys. At Rizzy United, at Rizzy UTD, bruv. Like, one of my favourite Twitter accounts. I don't follow many Twitter accounts of people that I don't know, innit? This is a very good Manchester United account. So, you know what I mean? If you like my shit, you'll probably like his. Will Rashford ever be a 30-plus goal a season striker? And also, do you think Fred deserves a bigger role in the squad? Rashford ain't never scoring 30-plus goals, bruv. I don't see it. The only way I see it is if literally everything's getting put on a plate for this guy week in, week out, because he don't have the intelligence, the movement, the IQ and the composure to be a clinical finisher. Like, Rashford don't have it in his locker. So I'd stick my neck out on the line and say that no, he'll never be a 30-goal a season striker. I don't know if he'll ever break the 30-goal barrier in his career. It's not an easy thing to do. But nothing about his quality tells me that he's got it in him. You know what I mean? I would go as far as saying, if Ole's not the Manchester United manager in 3 years' time, I could honestly see Marcus Rashford being moved on. Because he seems like the kind of player that he won't be content with a bit part role at the club. And if we're serious about competing, this guy cannot be leading the line because he's not good enough. He's not good enough on the left. I'd argue that Daniel James is probably more effective than him on the left. And it's only right wing. And if we do get in someone like a Jadon Sancho and that, Rashford ain't playing, bruv. Do you know what I mean? Like, we just have to be real, because then that right side's lock off for the next however long. So, I don't know. Let me know what you think. Do you guys still think that Rashford's got the potential to bag 30 goals a season? I don't think that guy's got it in him. But let me know anyway. And as for Fred, absolutely. I've said before, I'm a fan of Fred's, man. Like, I judge my footballers a certain way. And I believe that Fred's got something in him, man. Like, I believe he's got something in him. He's two-footed. He's brave. He's direct. He's quick. He presses. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would play him. Again, his physique and his stature is the reason why I think Ole don't play him. Same reason why Gomez ain't getting a game, because they're small, slight, technical players. And I think that Ole wants this Action Jackson kind of hustle and bustle players, man. But for me, Fred should be getting used. There's no reason. Fred's not worse than Matic. He's not. He's better than Pereira. So I just don't even know. Like, I genuinely believe it's a physique thing with Fred. I can't see any other reason. Guys, let me know. What do you think of man like Frederick, bruv? That's my guy anyway. At Estefan, I don't know, it's too long again. Why are people claiming that Ole is an inexperienced manager who's naive when in fact he's been managing since 2008? That's over 10 years. Lampard has only been here for a hot minute and is at least 2 levels above Ole in every aspect of management. Ole is just an awful manager. That's facts. Hashtag Rants Red Talk. Bro, I wish I could argue with you, innit? I was just saying this the other day. Lampard's been at Chelsea for 5 minutes and you can see the style of football is completely changed. They retain the ball well. You can see what they're trying to do. Manchester United didn't improve that much under Ole, bruv, if at all. Do you know what I mean? It's a different style of football, but the level of performance is quite the same, innit? And Lampard ain't signed no one. So man can't really say this because of the transfer market. I just think that Ole's just not that good of a manager. That's just how it is. I just want him to work. I want him to work because he's a club legend and he got the job on a technicality, bruv. Like, he really did. But everything you said is spot on, bro. Like, he's not new to this management thing. He's been managing for ages. He might be new to this level, but he's not new to managing. And people are like saying, oh yeah, Ole's kind of learning on the job and X, Y, Z. But the God's honest truth is that he's showing like his tactical either naivety or ignorance. I don't know which one it is. I don't know if he's naive or if he genuinely just doesn't have a clue with some of the things that he's doing. Yeah, bro, I wish I could argue with you, man. You know what I mean? I know a lot of people will be getting upset because they're holding a lot of sentiment towards Ole, etc., etc. But the facts are out there. Like, the results, it's horrible reading. It's horrible reading. And people can say, oh, yeah, like, we sacked this manager. Bro, Real Madrid hiring man and sacking man within 6 months, bro. It's a results business, innit? Like, there's no such thing as a sacking club. At the end of the day, if things are not going wrong, you just get rid of man, innit? Like, it's got nothing to do with being a sacking club, bruv. No one's a sacking club when their manager's winning. Like, there's not many teams that are out there where their manager's winning and sacking them. Only Real Madrid and Brazilian national team used to do it as well. Man win the World Cup and man get chopped anyway. But most times, if teams are winning, the board's happy, manager's not in no danger, innit? So the fact that there's talk of people wanting Ole out shows you that he's not doing well. So you have to be level and balanced with that. So with what you said, I struggle to tell you that you're wrong, bro. I struggle. Let me know what you think about that tweet, guys. Lorenzo again in the green and yellow. I never get your at because it's too long. Are we in any way seriously in danger of dropping out of the top 6 with the likes of Leicester, Everton, and to an extent Wolves playing a, you could say, questionable better brand of football than we currently are? Absolutely we are. We're in a lot of danger of falling out of the top 6. I said that we'd finish 5th or 6th this season, but you're right. Everton look better than us. Wolves look better than us. Leicester look better than us, man. Leicester peppered up Chelsea. They were lucky not to win. The football looks better on the eye, but also you'd have to say that they've recruited better than us as well. So all all arrows point towards a very difficult season, guys. I think we're definitely in danger of falling out of the top 6. I don't think we will, but there's definitely a danger there. It's not going to be as... We're not going to be as clear of them as we were last season. I definitely don't think that. And I really don't know what to say, guys. I'm trying to be positive on that, but yeah, it's not really looking great. It's not really looking great. The football's not good enough. The lack of plan B is not good enough. The lack of proactivity or proactiveness, I don't know which one of them is the word, from Ole on the sidelines. All of it does worry me. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to lie and say it doesn't worry me. However, I think that we'll still finish in the top 5 and 6 because I think that the teams around us will drop more points than we will. All right. Last couple. We got at Rants. Well, it says Bants and Rants. Yeah, this is my fucking... Imagine I got a fucking fan channel on Twitter. Like I've got a fan account. This is from the fan account. Yeah. I think it's called Rants and Bants the GOAT or something like that. And it says, it is highlighted on this Insta thing. Pogba's liked a Real Madrid post wanting to go Real Madrid. Fred has liked a post saying that he's better than Lingard, and Matic has liked an anti-Solskjaer post. And basically, man's like, what are your thoughts on this? Bro, I'm going to be real with you. Yeah, like, I don't know what's going on, bruv. Like, I did say on one of my other Rants Red Talks before that I heard noises that certain players weren't happy with Ole's style of management, style of training, and that there were certain people questioning his methods, etc., etc. I said this, I can't remember what video. If you don't know, then let me know. But I definitely said this because I was told by people, like, inside, innit? I have my sources, bruv. And this don't surprise me. It don't surprise me. I've been in the changing room. Everyone knows who's shit, bruv. Like, man know that Lingard's whack. Man know it. All these Adam Johnson memes and that, where man's got more assists and all these things. Do you think that the players don't see this? The players are our age, guys. Like, if you're around my generation, the players are our age. So these things will pop up in the group chat. They'll pop up in all these other things. These players are on social media. So what we're seeing, they're seeing. So these players know who's shit and who's not doing what. And when they're seeing constant favoritism, yes, it is going to irk them. Fred is completely right. He's better than Jesse Lingard. Matic has been shit. But on current form, he probably should be starting ahead of McTominay. Do you know what I mean? It's just one of them ones where it's hard, innit? And also Matic is an experienced pro. He ain't got long left, so he's probably bitter anyway. You know what I mean? But for me, and then the Pogba to Real Madrid thing, we already know Pogba wanted to go Real Madrid. I do not blame him. If I was him, I'd want to go Real Madrid too. But the facts are, Real Madrid didn't prioritise you, Pogba. They haven't put the money in, so you're not going, fam. It is what it is. And also the abuse that he's been getting from this fan base and the racial abuse and all that, it's not really acceptable. So I can understand why he wants to leave. So them 3 players, is that a sign that everything's not all right in the changing room? I don't know. I don't like to speculate because no players like getting racially abused. No players like Matic like not being played and left out the team. And no players like Fred don't like being left out of the squad, especially for man that they're better than. So all of them have a right to feel aggrieved. All of them. So I don't want to put 2 and 2 together, get 6, and then just be like, yeah, Ole's losing the dressing room. Because that might not be the case, innit? That might not be the case. Maybe all of these individual circumstances, the players are well within their right to feel that way. There's a lot of merit in how they're feeling. So I can't really say that it's a collective thing and that Ole's losing the dressing room. However, if he does start to lose the dressing room, I think we will see, innit? And I don't think Ole can afford to do that because I think that Ole's strongest attribute as a manager is his man management and his ability to speak, bruv. Like, as I said, he's a politician. He says a lot of things to the fans. Every time you leave at Ole press conference, you feel mad optimistic, and then 2-3 games down the line, you're like, yo, Ole's bump, man, bruv. Do you know what I mean? So Ole's strongest attributes are his communication and the team spirit he's built. And if he starts to lose that, he's fucked. He'll be out of a job. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Big up yourselves. That was your Rants Red Talk. Smash the like button. Make sure you follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Rants and Bants. Obviously, I said I want to give you nice regular content. So Total Football will be out Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, and then we're gonna have your Rants Red Talks sandwiched in between Tuesday and Thursday. So you've got content every day, and then on the weekends you'll have your match reviews. I'm in Barcelona this weekend. I'm not watching England. I ain't doing a match review for that. But the plan is on the channel to have 3 general football shows, 2 Rants Red Talks, and then still your match reviews. If we have 2 matches in a week, you'll get your 2 match reviews. If you have 1, we'll have 1. So I'm trying to average like 6 or 7 shows a week, which will be 1 a day in it. So I'm trying for you guys in it. Like I'm trying. So big up for the support. Big up for your feedback on Total Football, and yeah, we'll definitely be doing that again tomorrow. So keep an eye on Twitter for the tweet. Big up yourself.